It's a beautiful day in Ashland, Kentucky, and we're excited that you all are here to be able to share this occasion with us. Before I get started with our guest speakers, I'd like to introduce our current commission. We have Commissioner and our pro tem, DJ Reimer. We have Commissioner Richard Sonny Martin and Commissioner Tim Renfro. Today, Marty Goot, Commissioner Goot, was unable to attend. He had a death in the family, so please keep his family in your prayers. But this has been a long time coming. I know we were talking about the CSO that we had placed on our bills way back in 2010. So it's been quite a journey to us to get here to what we're about to celebrate today. But construction has already started. We're working hard at it. Strand Associates, which are with us today, engineering, designed the facility and getting us ready for this project. Then the project was awarded to Judy Construction, a company amount of about $9 million, and is scheduled for completion in 2029. We're excited about it. This crucial investment, and believe me, it is a crucial investment, marks the final phase of this long-term control plan, which we already delivered more than $15 million into it in the wastewater collection system. Improvements to strengthen our infrastructure, to protect our public health, and to support our future growth. Funding for the project, everybody wants to know about that funding and how we got to where we're at. It was a strong partnership between multiple sources, including $18 million from the CSO surcharge, $39 million from a loan through the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority, and additional $5 million in forgivable KIA funding. The city also secured $4 million through the American Rescue Plan Act, with the remaining balance of to be financed through a bond issue. Together, these investments really demonstrate what the city's commitment is to modernizing our essential utilities, making our regulatory requirements, and ensuring reliable service to the residents for decades to come. So I'm excited that our guest speakers here today, and I'm actually excited and honored to introduce our first speaker, is Congressman Hal Rogers. He's been in there, you said, 46 years, 23 consecutive terms that he has done, and what a commitment that this gentleman has had for Southern and Eastern Kentucky. He is truly a friend of ours. And he has demonstrated that in everything that he has done. He's demonstrated it in this project itself. We are excited that he is here with us today. He is also the Dean of the House of Representatives, as the longest serving member in the House. But if you know if you know Congressman Rogers, that he is big on economic development, job creation, and fighting illegal drugs. And he has proved that and all the things that he has done over his time with some of the founding organizations like Unite, like the Southeast Kentucky Economic Development, the Center for Rural Development, East Kentucky Pride, and the big one, the Shaping Our Appalachian Region, SOAR, which we've had here just recently. These programs bring all our communities together, and we know that, and revitalizing our environment, our community here. He is chair of a very powerful House Appalachians Committee, and over, like I said, 40-some years of experience. We're excited about that. But I know firsthand how the region has really loved Hal Rogers. I attended every year his golf tournament they have at Stonecrest. And the amount of people that's there to support him is a reflection on what he does for the community. People want to support him. But ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome your Congressman, Hal Rogers.
Mayor, thank you very much for a generous introduction. It differs a little bit. When I first was elected, we decided to do town meetings during the August break and in 30 counties in the district. And they would have somebody local introduce me. Well, one of the ladies that was to introduce me down the pike was nervous about speaking, and she wanted some reassurance, so she called my office to find out what to say. Well, they said, just be brief. We're in a really tight schedule, don't have much time, and besides that, Hal's home county is next door, so they know him already. You don't need to say much, just keep it brief. Well, the time came. She took the mic. She said, I'm very pleased to present to you Hal Rogers. You all know him, so the less said, the better. We've all heard that down the pike. It's good to be with you. Mayor, thank you for hosting us here. And Rocky, it's good to be with you. He's an old-time friend of mine. We don't drink from the same trough, but we like each other. So thank you for your work. Always good to be away from Washington. You watch it on television. Some of you come up there. But thank you for your support down through the ages. Good to be home in Kentucky. We'll go back to D.C. this coming Monday and resume our deliberations. We passed some pretty good stuff, though, on the House side. For example, we passed all 12 federal funding bills. All 12. That's not happened in a good while. 142 million in community project funding that I earmarked for East Kentucky. 142 million. I know that you've got heavy expenditures. This project is expensive, but it's necessary, and it is a real fact. We passed the largest tax cuts in our country's history, beginning this tax season. No more tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for most of our seniors. And I'm thrilled to have a president who believes in powering our national security with our own energy security, reviving coal country, which has been so important in the history of this community. And speaking of energy, yesterday I was very proud to join ExxonMobil executives and ACP Technologies just a few miles down the road from here for an exciting new project in the space age. And I'm so glad to have been a part of that because that will mean a future that perhaps we didn't imagine. But it's going to be ours, and it's practically built. That project, by the way, will utilize new materials to be used in a variety of ways, particularly batteries. But I'm here to tell you, it also has a military need. We can't talk about that in the circumstances we're in now, but you're in the space age, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it with you. That new facility will have around 30 employees and an annual payroll of around $7 million from this community. It's a multi-million-dollar investment, and I was proud to help secure the federal funding to develop that technology that this plant will be using. They plan to begin production in April, right around the corner. What you see out there now is the structure itself, which they put up in 1 month. So they're serious about it, and we're thrilled with that. More importantly, they will be creating an American-based supply chain for the materials needed for the lithium-ion battery market, nearly eliminating the need for any foreign sources. We'll have it here. The executive team said they decided to set up their headquarters in Ashland because this is where the technology was birthed. They tell me it was a native of Grayson, Donald Malone, who invented the technology while working in Ashland to create a synthetic graphite from refinery byproducts that will now be produced right here at home. They plan to feed the nation's lithium-ion battery market with the new material that they will be producing here. Mr. Malone since has passed away, but he was the father-in-law of our good friend, former state rep Jill York. Eastern Kentucky has a rich history of incredible innovators and creative minds, from powering the Industrial Revolution with our rich coal to creating pocket-sized drones for our military, to rescuing NASA's latest lunar lander from Morehead State University, using a robot which was powered by a lithium-ion battery. And now we're giving new life to our energy industry by producing a synthetic graphite that can be used for electric vehicle batteries, data centers, aerospace, and our American defense. I never cease to be amazed by the people of this region. It's a reminder to never count out Kentucky's Appalachian powerhouse. We're there and we're going to get you. So we're celebrating much more than a wastewater treatment plant today. We're celebrating regional economic development. We're all in this together. This project is a great example of how you successfully plan your work and work your plan. When I found out that I would be representing the city of Ashland a few years ago, this was one of the first projects that local leaders brought to my attention. And I was proud to secure a $4 million community development project funding, an earmark for this wastewater treatment plant in 2024. This is an important upgrade to support the growth that you're seeing across Boyd County, and I'm happy to be a small part of that movement. In fact, back in the fall, Governor Beshear and I also awarded 3 grants for Boyd County during the SOAR Summit from the Abandoned Mine Lands Economic Recovery Grant Program, including 3 pieces. One, a $1 million grant for the aviation STEM, the career training program for high school seniors. $2 million from the new Ashland Conference Center, and $1.5 million for the water tank rehabilitation project in Canonsburg. Every project will lead in a stronger economy and a brighter future of growth in the entire area. So we're here to serve you. I want you to know we take this responsibility here seriously. I'm proud to have the new Executive Director of SOAR, Shaping Our Appalachian Region, here with me today. Reed Adkins from Pike County. Where are you, Reed? There you go. Thank you. Our board chairwoman, Kim McCann. Is Kim here?
He's practicing well.
Yeah. Reed was a superintendent of Pike County Schools for many years, and he has hit the ground running with SOAR. Our next SOAR Summit will be later this year, and I want to invite each of you to be a part of that event, because we'll be talking about the future of Eastern Kentucky, and you're a vital part of that. SOAR is the glue we need for regional collaboration, sharing best practices across county lines and working together for stronger grant applications for the region. Whether it's water and wastewater projects that need to interconnect, we're all working for the same result. We know that a cord of three strands cannot be broken. So we're stronger as a region when we collaborate across county lines. So Reed, thank you for taking the charge with SOAR. I believe our best days are indeed truly ahead of us. As you plan your work this year, I want you to keep me updated on how I can help get more projects like this across the finish line in DC and here. I opened an office here on 16th Street when they put the city in my district, and I'm thrilled with that. This is a vital community with a rich history and a dedication to a better place. And I appreciate the work that you put in for this effort and many others. Some of the staffers that you may see in the SOAR office and in my congressional office are here with us today. Let me ask them to stand as I call your name. Stephanie Marsh, she's a caseworker and office manager. She runs this office here. Field Rep Adam Rice, he works the road all across the area. And Deputy District Director Andrea Begley, and District Director Carlos Cameron. And Danielle, where's Danielle? Here she is. Thank you all for everything. My office is your office, and we're here to help you anytime that we can. I'll get your vibrations, and we'll try to shake things up for you. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Congressman Rogers. And I will accept your challenge because we do have a lot more ideas in Ashland, Kentucky, and we'll be talking to your constituents, and I've been here to make that happen, and you'll be hearing from us soon, I'm sure. Moving on, I'd like to introduce, and I'm excited to be able to do this, but everybody knows it, but I get a chance to introduce Rocky. So I want to tell just a little bit about him. Rocky hails from Morehead State University. If you don't know that, he will tell you that. He's an Eagle, and I am too, so once an Eagle, always an Eagle. But Rocky graduated from Morehead State University with an undergraduate and a master's degree from Morehead State. He was actually the captain and a point guard for in his basketball career there, but upon graduation, he gave that up. He decided not to go professional, but he wanted to get in the life of service, and he did that. At age 26, he was actually became the member of the House of Representatives for our 99th district, and for 33 years. He's been majority leader for 13 years, the House floor leader for 3 years, and he's currently the senior advisor to the Governor Andy Beshear. And Rocky's been a forefront of extending in health care, and we all know that. As a matter of fact, his work in health care is phenomenal. I happen to work for King's Daughters Hospital. I was their director for the Health Foundation there. And Rocky had a golf tournament in Morehead that supported cancer, and we were building a hospitality house at the corner of 22nd and Central. And I approached Rocky and went to his office and begged him to let us run that tournament. And I am proud to say that they have raised over those years, and that's been probably 25, 30 years now.
This year will be 30th anniversary.
30th anniversary. They've raised over $4 million to helping cancer patients, and that's phenomenal. But that's who Rocky is. Rocky is a husband, a father, a grandfather, and a cancer survivor. He is a true supporter of what Kentucky is and the Team Kentucky. And ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure to introduce Rocky Adkins.
Well, let me first of all say what an honor it is to be here this morning, and what a way to start the morning, to be here to announce a really important project for the city, for our whole region. It's good to be here and see so many faces that have played a part in allowing us to be here this morning. To the mayor, to past mayors, to the city council, to past city commissions that have worked so hard to make this happen. For this consent decree, all of the staff, folks that work on the ground in the trenches, that have checked every box, made sure that the federal EPA saw the work that was being done. And I know a lot of that staff, folks that work for the city, that work to keep the infrastructure running every day, are in this room today. Would you please raise your hand if you work in that arena, and let us give you a big round of applause for your good work. I know some of you have to be here. Raise your hand. Right back here is one. Right here is another one. Here they are. Let's give them a big round of applause. So, Congressman Rogers, it's good to be with you again today. Congressman Rogers and I have worked together for a long, long time, me at the state level, he at the federal level. During my time of being a budget chairman, it was really unique that the timing of Congressman Rogers being a budget chairman kind of coincided with the budget chair that I was. And I remember vividly, I was budget chair for transportation for 6 years. And guess what? At the federal level, it was an easy phone call for me, the budget chair of transportation at the federal level. When I became a majority leader, there happened to be a prominent position in Washington, D.C. called the chairman of appropriations and revenue. So we have had a working relationship, not worried about what letter we have out from our name, whether it's a D or an R, but how we can work together to move our Commonwealth forward, to move our region forward. And I don't know about you, but I talked to Congressman Rogers. He's glad to be out of D.C., being here where you can see, feel, and touch things, the results that get done when people work together. And this project would not be a reality without folks working together. From the city, the county, to the state level, to the federal level, this project would not have taken place without that. So this morning, I'm honored to be here on behalf of Governor Beshear. I'm honored to be here myself because I got to sleep in my own bed last night, which felt pretty good, to be very honest. But we are honored, Mayor and City Commission, to be a part of this project. I'm talking about the Commonwealth of Kentucky. We are honored to be a part of this project, and the Mayor mentioned some of the funding in this project. Now, I've been given a little bit of a history lesson, and I understand that this is the largest project in the history of the city of Ashland. This project is almost $105 million. And this project was started from a dissent decree from the federal EPA that came down to the city, former mayor, that had to be met. And the boxes had to be checked, and those were. And we're here to celebrate the final checking of the final box that will help meet that dissent decree, but help do a whole lot more. And I'll talk about that in just a minute. You know, this project from the Commonwealth of Kentucky, it was mentioned that $44 million from the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority was granted to this project. Now, I see some bankers in this room, and that money from the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority was loaned to the city at a 1.25% interest rate. 1.25% interest rate. 5.6 million of that 44 million is a grant, lowering the cost to the ratepayers to pay back the 1.25% interest rate on the $39 million of loan money. So if you start looking at this project along with earmarks that came with it as well, other monies that came in to almost total the $105 million, we're here today to celebrate a tremendous project and a tremendous achievement for this community and for this city. But this project's about more than meeting the expectations of a consent decree. This project is about future growth. This project is about being able to answer and check the box when an industry come to this community or expand in this community. When an industry says, can we be there because the infrastructure is not up to where it needs to be to handle whatever the volume of infrastructure is needed, we can check that box and we can say, yes, this project, this investment in infrastructure gives us the ability, both at the federal and the state level, as we negotiate and work closely with the city and their economic development folks, that yes, we check all the boxes. And yes, you can grow here, you can locate here, and you can build a future here in this community. Now folks, they had a great day yesterday. A ribbon cutting yesterday on a really, really important project. ExxonMobil, which is the parent company, along with ACP. The governor nor I could be here yesterday, but the governor was on a Zoom call with their senior vice president from ExxonMobil, not only talking about this project, but talking about the potential for future projects and investments in our region. Matter of fact, there may be a little activity going on between our economic development cabinet, and you know, when you're under NDAs, you can only say so much. But there's a lot of communication going on, Congressman Rogers, with this company as we speak about this region and this area and its workforce. This project was built, I think, John Holbrook, with 100% union labor, with your skilled building trades that built this project. And it's my understanding from talking to you that the contractor, general contractor on that project, sent a note that said, we give the skilled labor of this region a 100% 5-star mark. And we know if we want to build and grow here in the future, we can. So it's exciting to hear that news. And I know we have our president, CEO of our Ashland Community Technical College here. And to see the work that's going on at the Community Technical College in this region and the leg up it gives us to be able to compete in this global economy. To be able to compete when we are in a room of CEOs and the conversation comes up, well, where can we train our workforce? Where can we have that curriculum that we need that they may not even have as we speak today? And they go to Dr. Ferguson and he says, we can take that curriculum, we can put that curriculum into place, and we can have that skilled workforce you need there for the future. Now, folks, I mention all of that because, I live in this community too. I raised my family in this community too. I got skin in the game as well as you do. My family lives in this region. I've got 3 beautiful children, a beautiful wife, and more importantly, I have 5 beautiful grandchildren that live in this region. And I want to see them have that hope and opportunity of being able to live and have a future and be able to stay in our region if they choose. Now you may think, well, what's that got to do with the wastewater treatment plant? Well, I'll tell you what it's got to do with it. That when we get that big industry or that big commitment or that interest that wants to come here, we got to be able to have everything in place. I know we already got good people. I already know we got a great community to live in. I already know we got the destinations for people to come here and enjoy themselves that sometimes we take for granted. I mean, we got every entity from healthcare to a community, a technical college, to a SOAR with Reed Adkins, who is a former school superintendent, who understands people, who's going to help us grow and work with local communities to help our community grow in the future. So I got skin in the game like you. And you may ask, well, Congressman Rogers has been in this 40-some years. Well, I've started my 40th year. And folks, I get up every day with that fire in my belly. Losing my job in the coal industry with 1,700 people. Watching the downturn of railroad and steel. But to know there's a bright future of hope and opportunity that we can all continue to work for. That we weighed out who gets credit because there's enough credit to go around for everybody. Matter of fact, the economic development, it's a team sport. And we're going to work together. This last 2 years of the Beshear administration, I can guarantee you we're going to continue to work closely with our federal delegation. We're going to continue to work closely with the Kentucky General Assembly. We're going to continue to work closely at the local level as we get projects over the finish line and bring that hope and opportunity back once again. So as I close out, I want to close out on a really, really positive note. Governor Beshear and myself, we're not worried about the noise. We're not worried about driving this state to the right or left. A good job doesn't have a D or R out from it. It's just a good job. A good public school doesn't have a D or R out from it. It's just a good public school for our kids. Good roads and bridges to drive on don't have D's or R's out from them. They're just good roads and bridges to drive on. And when we're able to work together and live in a community like Ashland in the Northeast Kentucky region and the tri-state area, it's really a pretty special thing to be able to live here if we choose. So I would just tell you as my challenge, what we all need to strive for whether we're elected or whether we're community leaders in this room, that the only time, and this should be our goal, and this should be our mission, and if I had you in a locker room as an old point guard, I'd be down saying, this is why we strive to win every day, is that the only time anybody should ever leave this region, or any region of Kentucky, is because they want to leave, not because they have to leave. And that's what we're striving for. And that's what we're working for. But folks, let me tell you something. I'm not giving false hope here today. But I can tell you the energy, the attention that our region is receiving as I stand here today. The interest of big investments in our region today is what excites me every day. Now, it's our job, all of us together, to get those types of investments that have interest here over the finish line. So let's continue with that team effort. Let's continue to work together. And let's continue to make the city of Ashland, Boyd County, our region in the tri-state area, the best it can possibly be. Let's build that better Kentucky. Let's build that better region. And I look forward to working with you in the weeks, the months ahead, as we do just that. Congratulations to the city of Ashland. Congratulations to our region. And congratulations to the folks in this room this morning. We still have work to do. I'm fired up and ready to go. How about you? Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Rocky. I mean, it's always very good to hear those encouraging words. It gets us fired up. You make a good coach, you know, to get us going. We do have Strand Associates, their engineering company, with us today. You can give us a little overview. Exactly what are we talking about? But would you come up and give us just a little bit of information?
Thank you. Good morning. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to say a few words. I'm Mark Sneeve with Strand Associates, and I want to take us on a journey, because this project has been a journey. It began over 25 years ago with some CSO planning. Through that process, the city charted a course to identify a number of projects to abate the pollution that CSOs provide and to make this a better place. This project, the wastewater treatment plant, was the crown jewel of that plan. It was the last project that the city has to complete, satisfy all the regulators, and we're excited that it's finally underway. The project itself is going to take a 40-year-old wastewater treatment plant and modernize it, upgrade it for current and future regulatory needs, and leave the city with process efficient, staff efficient, energy efficient facility that will improve water quality, protect public health, and enable economic development. So it truly is an investment. And I think the theme I want to hit on for this is there are two words that describe this process. The first is persistence, and the second is partnership. First, persistence. This has been a journey, 25 years in the making, and it's been with a variety of elected officials, a variety of staff, a variety of regulators. And we've done so because everybody had the same vision. This is an important project for the city, and we're here today because everybody kept that vision. The second word is partnership. This project has been a great partnership, and it wouldn't have happened without all of our stakeholders and project partners. We're looking at regulatory agencies like the Division of Water. We're looking at funding agencies that have provided means and resources to make this project a reality. Those partnerships will lead us to a successful conclusion here. We're excited about the project that's underway now. We have a great city to lead the project. We have a great contractor, Judy Construction, who's very capable and is going to do a fantastic job. And at the end of this, we're going to have a great project for the city and for the ratepayers and for the environment. So with that, I want to thank you for the privilege to be here, and thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. You know, when he was talking about the partnerships and the way it is, you know, everyone in this room is a partner in Ashland, Kentucky, Boyd County. We have become a part, that's what you call community. That's what we're all about. Everyone in this room has something to do with that. I want to thank the employees that have given all of their all to pull all this together over the years. I'm talking about, you know, Mort said 25 years, you know, in the making. And we're preparing for 25, 50, we're preparing for 100 years in advance. You know, this is America 250. 250 years this country's been in existence. This is just a small part of it. We're laying the groundwork, hopefully enough for another 250 years. Somewhere they may read about this. You know, back in 2026, they built that plant. It needs to be rebuilt, you know, but that's something that this legacy, this community, each one of you in this room has something to do with, because we are community. We are Ashland, Kentucky. And I'm proud to be a part of that. And I'm proud to have these gentlemen behind me as a friend. I'm proud that they're supportive of southern and eastern Kentucky. And we've got a lot more in mind, and hopefully we'll keep moving and forward as much as we can. But now is the time we'll try to move some dirt. We will adjourn and go out to the north side of the caboose on this side of the building, and that'll be a great photo opportunity. And some of the individuals that have been involved in this, we have 15 shovels. We'll get you one and get you shoveling some dirt. Are we ready? All right. Thank you all for coming. On the three, well, 2 you load, or 1 you load, 2 you're ready, 3 we toss. Okay. Are we ready?
Before you do that, will everybody look here for a quick photo?
Yeah. You ready? 1, 2. They won't get a picture. Hold on.
All right, now go ahead and count down.
3.